Hello there, it's me, Potato Mean, and hey, guess what? I have both a new sig fig design for the torso specifically, and a new video, which is the Mandalorian video. The final video of the Mandalorian little showcases that I have. Sadly, I had to delete Adobe Premiere Rush, the video editing app I used, because, well, it took up way too much iPhone storage. Not iCloud storage, iPhone storage. So, like, I couldn't really record videos and it just kind of messed everything up, so I had to delete it. So yeah, jokes on this guy. I actually have this is the new editing app, CapCut. Yeah. For the figures. Alright, we got Fennec. Fennec's Jand. Woo. As you can see here, this is definitely my favorite out of the group. And I think it specifically comes with like all the orange. I just love like the way it turned out. There's no back detailing just because like you can never really see what's on someone's back because they never actually do back shots, I swear. But pretty much I sculpted on like little, I don't know what those are. Like what even are these little things just kind of sitting here? Like what are these two little things? I don't know. But I also made the script piece, made like the little, I don't know, band things. I don't really know what these are. I painted on more orange stripes and more gray stripes. I use this piece because her shoulders do kind of stick out, like her clothes just kind of stick out a bit. Sadly, I cannot show you that because, no editing. And then the feet are just normal boots with the orange detail, along with just some brown on, the sole. Well, just kind of not on the sole, on like top of the feet, just to give it a little bit more detail. Along with gray right here. And then, well, this hairpiece, I actually had to like sculpt on the little, I don't know, these little bits of hair, like the braided hair, especially right here. I like the way that turned out. By the way, I did not know what to use for the skin tone just because like I just didn't really know, so I just used this face and I just got rid of the cheekbones. And she also does have her helmet, of course. Boom. See? I really do like the way this turned out though. Next up we got Casca. I'm gonna try and remember everybody. Shouldn't be that difficult. But here's Casca. I used a lot of Nate's minifigure parts, well actually only two, and that being the chest plate and the helmet. I did that just because I wanted to see what this looked like, and I used it on Casca instead of Bo-Katan. Now I'm gonna be remaking her with those parts, and along with others. But pretty much I sculpted on the gauntlets. They are kind of chunky, along with shoulder pads. And I like the way this blue turned out. It's literally just this blue. It's not that like it's pretty accurate, obviously. Not back detailing just because, like I said, you can't really find any good shots of the back. Plus, you can't really screenshot from Disney Plus or anything like that because it just turns out looking like a black screen. But pretty much, I also sculpted on a little belt piece, and I did paint on the thigh pads and the knee pads along with the boots because I didn't feel like sculpting anything. Because I'm just trying to finish the little group. We do have past Vizsla now. I forgot to mention not Bo-Katan, Casca. She had a freaking hairpiece and the face, so I don't know why I didn't show that off. Boom, there you go. But pretty much, past Vizsla on the other hand, no like actual 3D printed pieces were used for this guy, unlike Casca and some of the other Mandalorian soon to come. But pretty much with this, I just sculpted on the helmet. I just took a normal Mando helmet and I just kind of, drilled in the visor. And then I took a rangefinder, like one of the little normal rangefinders that you always see Mandos and just kind of whoever, like, just some character. It's only Mandos, actually, now that I think about it. There are no clone troopers who have them. Never mind. But pretty much, I just took one of those. I cut it just to, like, I thought it fit, so yeah. But he does have a dark blue theme, so I did that. I did sculpt on the torso as well, like the torso armor. I probably should have used the armor piece, now that I think about it, because he does kind of, I don't know. He's pretty bulky either way. But he does have a lot of detail on him. A little gold on the side and bronze. I'm not necessarily too happy about, like, the bottom of the legs. Like, the really bottom, like, the far bottom. Not the best, but, still good. You might be asking why is this on his back. It's because he has this little turret right here. I just don't have it on him because it takes up way too much space. But pretty much I also decided to like Dremel tool like a hole that's bigger to actually fit the minifigure head so it doesn't look like his head. So it doesn't look like his neck is longer because you know how like a minifigure kind of like sits on top of like a neck bracket of some sort. Yeah, that gets annoying as hell. Because it just looks weird, man. Makes him taller. We all love tall. Anyways, here's Frog Lady. Definitely one of the best ones, I would say. Definitely one of the best head sculpts I've actually ever done. I like the way that's turned out. I do like it. It was kind of difficult to actually see the coloring of her, and so I did it in like this weird dark purple, and I did like some like pink for outlines and all that. But pretty much I also sculpted on the scarf just because I didn't feel like I actually had to make it out of cloth. And yeah, just some dark green clothing with some black wrinkles. The skirt piece is just a normal skirt piece painted tan and then black lines for wrinkles and then the red. And I forgot to paint on the red on this side, so yeah. Next up, we got Mayfield. Woo! Now, Rich, I know a lot of people like to use like the Aquaman face, like that weird looking one. But I decided not to because I thought this looked a little bit more like Mayfield. I don't know. It just kind of gives me Mayfield vibes. You know what I mean? Maybe if I can actually get my focus. There we go. Well, anyways. I don't know where this head actually came from. I just know, like, I just found it off of Bricklink. I also glued on the stripes. Not the stripes, the straps. I can't speak, okay? It's like, I woke up not that long ago, okay? I painted on some of the tan stripes, which there's only really two that are actually really noticeable. Painted on some gray lines for the shirt. He does kind of look like he has a little bit more of a darker brown type of shirt, but I didn't really know that. So I made it black. So yeah, I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter. Made some dark brown boots with some dark brown straps. And yeah, I also did a little bit of exposure on the shirt, because why not? That's pretty much it for Mayfield. Next up, we have Axe. I think that's his name. But he's not really that much of a... I didn't really try on this guy, honestly. It's just it's just a normal Mandalorian, because I just wanted to fill out the group, so I just didn't really try. It's decent, but it's not the best, obviously. Just kind of like a normal Mando helmet I just painted to look like this. Then just chest plate and all that. But yeah, it's not. I also just painted on the gauntlets. I didn't even feel like saying to sculpt those. So yeah, just kind of a simple figure. He doesn't even have a face. He just has a normal black head. So yeah. Next up, we have the Mayfield disguise. I just called that. I don't know what you guys are actually called. I just decided to make this figure, even though he's not really that detailed. I just decided to finish him just because I made this helmet and I thought it'd be interesting. So yeah, I used a Sith Jet Trooper, one of those guys, and I just simply sculpted over all this. I know there's like an actual helmet for this. I just didn't know, and I just didn't even have the figure, so I just did this. Yeah, the chest plate's also just like a repaint of some other chest plate. So yeah, not that difficult to make of a figure, but still. Now, this isn't really this is probably my least favorite. I don't know why I did this, but here, I'll show it off anyways. I'm just gonna show this stupid looking Luke Skywalker. There we go, boom, see, dumb looking Luke Skywalker, boom. You saw him now, big cape, that's probably like the only good part, boom. That's it. Now, I do want to show off this though. I'm not really gonna be showing off in the remake, because there will be a remake video of the Mandalorian characters, and I have Moff Gideon in the works right now, along with Baby Yoda, aka Grogu. I have him in the works. So yeah, but now we have the Cold Blood armor. I never actually really got to I didn't really get to make a video about this because that's whenever my phone started to mess up. You also may be wondering, why does one helmet have a little bit more detail than the other? It's because I had to paint this one. I'll explain in the actual remake video. But pretty much, I just decided to put all the Cold Blood armor onto this one, the little junk armor. But I didn't put the silver shoulder pad on there because I just thought the Shore Trooper, I think that's what it is. I thought that one was a little bit more unique. But yeah, I really like the way the helmet turned out. It's definitely my favorite. It could not actually fit on the minifigure head. It would actually be extremely tight. So I just kind of went in there and just kind of sanded it down a bit. Just to make it fit a little bit. Just to make it fit a little better. But yeah, I really do like the way this armor set turned out. Along with the Beskar one. Which the gauntlets are being used for something else. Because, they were kind of wiggly for some reason. The Beskar ones were really wiggly. Yeah, that's pretty much it, actually. Yeah, I'll put myself on the stand. just so you can see my figure a little better. Also, if you're wondering why my helmet looks a little bit less shiny now, like on one side it kind of looks a little less shiny. That's because I took like this brush on nail glue right here, and I just kind of brushed it over, just to like, because every single time I would put my figure down like on my bed, because I would just kind of have it sitting off to the side, he would always have something on his head, always like just some little black dot or just some like random dot on his head, and every single time it was so difficult to get off because the paint I used for the head, like the little helmet. So I had to so I just took on this brush on nail glue and I just kind of brushed it on, and so now it's a lot easier to actually get the stuff off his head. But for the new torso, I just used like a paper and I just painted over it. Then I took the brush on nail glue and actually gave it this nice little color because it was kind of, it was acrylic paint, so it looked like this. But then I made it better by just, taking the brush on nail glue and just painting over it. I'm brushing over it, actually. I will be doing it for the legs, though, so, yeah. I really do like the way my figures, like my Sig Vic, and I'm really proud of it. I don't know why I'm talking about it here, but still. But here's one other teaser for the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it, actually. I forgot. I keep forgetting this guy. He's so big. I keep forgetting him. Son of a bitch. I keep forgetting him. Okay, so, alright, so here's this guy. I don't know what these things are actually called in the show, but yeah, it's a big spider. It's big spider brand. It's big spider. But pretty much the only actual, like, sculpted part, like the actual only really customized part besides, like, the legs, which I didn't have these things on white, so I just painted them, is actually this. I am proud of this. Little eyes along with teeth. Just, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just took like one of those little cylinder pieces and I just kind of sculpted onto it. So yeah, really easy one to make, but really terrifying. Not gonna lie. Jesus man, like that episode. Yeah, that's pretty much it actually for this video. I will have remade figures like Dark Troopers. I have 2 of them. Bo-Katan, Boba Fett, and of course Din Djarin, along with Moff Gideon and Grogu. I'm working on those right now because, dear God, like, I get out I'm kind of milking the Mandalorian thing, but I also do have another character who I'm working on, which is Invincible, because I really do love that show. So I'm working on him and most likely Omni-Man, which these legs really do come in handy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any recommendations for a custom, just put it in the comments, because I would love to know, man. Like, I want to know what you guys think of, like, what I should make. Something that I actually might know, not anime, okay? I don't know anything about anime, so I don't know, like, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Sure, I made 2 figures from that, but, like, that's just because they were memes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Goodbye. Oh yeah, I forgot I haven't hurt myself every single time. Haha. How could I forget?